wanna be rich, but not so rich. Know too much, get left in a ditch. CIA scratches if Clinton's getting itch. Yeah, I wanna be rich, but not so rich. Suit and tie, but I move like a glitch. Eyes wide shut, still dodging the snitch. Laptop missing, emails encrypted. Truth so loud, the mainstream clipped it. Flash drive full, got that dead man code, but I keep it cold like a heart on the road. DC nights where the back doors crack. One wrong file and you never come back. I wanna be rich, but not so rich. Wiki leaking out your dome into a ditch. You wish the simulation had a glitch. You wanna be rich, but not so rich. But not so rich. G-man lurking by the food truck line. Whispers in the Wi-Fi trailing mine. Check my 6 when I speak that facts. They erase folks cleaner than income tax. No chain, no fame, just VPNs. Tryna buy a truth in a world full of friends who smile like masks in the masquerade, but flip the switch like a deep state blade. I wanna be rich, but not so rich. Know too much, get left in a ditch. CIA scratches if Clinton's getting itch. Yeah, I wanna be rich, but not so rich. They say the truth will set you free, but what if it just sets you up? Tryna whistle blow, you better know you might not ever blow back up. I wanna be rich, but not so rich. Wiki leaking out your dome into a ditch. You wish the simulation had a glitch. You wanna be rich, but not so rich. But not so rich. Tell my mama I ain't suicidal, but they tap phones like a new revival. USB full of names in bold. One email could get me cold. I ain't cute, but I see the plan. When the talking points match the van. In the land of the free, you pay the price for crossing line with too much light. I wanna be rich, but not so rich. Know too much, get left in a ditch. CIA scratches if
I got that big V energy. Ain't nobody wanna step to me. If you wanna bring that drama, I'll whoop that ass like Michael Obama. Yeah, I got that big V energy. Ain't nobody wanna step to me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I'll whoop that ass like Michael Obama.
No, Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
Transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's okay.
I whip that beat down like Michael Obama.
We already had it with
I got that
Obama,
big
so
energy.
let's just calm down.
Nobody wanna step to me.
No.
And if you really wanna bring that drama, I'll whip that ass like Michael Obama.
Can you save us, Britney Spears? Can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
Here comes Santa. Here comes the world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunning linguists, good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically, good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, makings, it's okay to change your thinking, good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys. The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunning linguists, good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society ability to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically. Good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture makings, it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys. Good guys. Good guys. Good guys.
Big ups. Welcome back to another episode of the Secret Society of Good Guys. I'm going to have to figure that out as we go. We are early tonight because we are joined by Anna Nicole Wordsmith. If you guys stalk Thomas like I do, you might see him on Sync Tank with Zeratus and hanging out. And so you also already might know Anna Nicole, but she's coming out to talk etymology a little with us and wherever else we go today. Hi, good guys. Hi, how are you during the day?
Love it. Great.
Different.
I'm getting a little pre-baked early. This is like early for me to be lighting a joint, and my brain is like, what's happening right now?
I don't know how you guys stay up so late.
I don't either. There's honestly so many nights when the clock and it's like 11:30, 11:40, and I'm literally on the verge where like I could just lay back and close my eyes and I would be asleep right now. But but like you power through it. But then we talk about things that you only talk about when you were like just about to fall asleep.
Yeah, I'm such a early bird. Like I cannot. Whoever's like running my avatar like needs my consciousness in some other dimension at like 10 p.m. because it turns me off every time.
All right, sorry if anyone's watching.
I love being up at night, but lately, getting older, I'm just like, I'm getting a little too old for this. I kind of need sleep. My body craves it more now.
I can't like sleep in. If I stay up past my bedtime, like I wake up earlier than my wake up time. And then I'm generally tired and miserable, like even on a good day. So with like taking any sleep away from me, it just like makes my life that much more torture.
Same.
It's hard enough being alive.
I've got an unhealthy relationship with sleep where if I sleep into, like if I wake up and it's 10:30 or something, I'll be in a bad mood just because like my body like tells itself like, what a lazy bum, like you haven't done anything and it's already 10:30, 11, and like I can't resist that, you know what I mean? Like if I woke up late, I woke up late.
So your negative self-talk is impacting the way you feel?
When I oversleep, but it's not even like I hear a voice, it's just like I'm just angry for the rest of that day at myself for allowing like I could have done something, even though if I was just gonna like watch some Wicked and like write down stupid notes about theosophy, like it doesn't serve me. But the fact that I could have done that, but instead I was just unconscious, like I get angry about it.
I made a new link. And y'all, I really had to put my joint down because I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to pay attention to this for a second because I have to figure out a way to put us here again. Usually I have it all set up already in the other room. I feel like I came into this room and I'm like, nothing's where it should be. And now the words are on my face.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take them off. Yeah. Anyways, sorry, you guys don't need all of this, but this is why I shouldn't have smoked pot yet. But it was just like once like big dick energy starts, I'm like, my Pavlov's dog is like, this is where you light the joint.
Well, I'm excited that she's on, Anna, because I love etymology. Like I've been getting into it in the past like year and a half. It's become like a sick obsession to like learn what the roots of words meanings are, and I'm just like I've become obsessed, and I'm glad that you could come on and like inspire me even more to like get into it because I hear that you're like A1 with it, so I'm excited that you're on.
I'm a little bit etymology and also just like phonetics and kind of like, I mean, the etymology, a lot of it goes back to Latin, which is like the dead language. So I'm always like, that means death, and that means death, and that's a dead word. So I'm always like the whole basis of our like laws and our sciences are based on like the dead language. So I really feel like that. But yeah, like the etymology is fascinating, and then but I also think it's like sillier than that a lot of times too. And like like when you internet search it now, like the etymology gets so it gets so like messy and confusing. It's like,
It
oh,
does
that's
sometimes.
blah blah blah. I'm just like, I'm a lazy brain, so I think I look for this like the quickest answer to anything, and I'm like, that's what it is.
Same.
And she is also like on her own. You know how you get called into certain weird things that you don't know why you keep seeing something that seems like a clue to you. It's like to nobody else, it's a breadcrumb being laid.
Yeah.
But then, and I kind of like that I come across your page and I'm on some whole other weird dig, which we're going to get into big hair, don't care. Cause that's taken over the internet right now is like Trump's big hair. But in the Levi's jeans of it all, and you have interesting stuff on Trump and Elvis, like just in the Memphis and the King and these kind of like archetypes that I find hella interesting as well. So yeah, it's just, it's not just the etymology stuff, that too, which something you might like about Layla is her etymology is Albanian. So it's in this whole like Illyrian different, cause we do everything through Latin in our little like white world. And so it's so nice to get like, oh, and these words mean this. And so one of the things I bring up like randomly is Nephilim means in the beginning in her language.
Yeah.
And so then it takes this giant like thing out of it altogether. They were just the first. Like,
yeah,
I don't
because
know.
we have
So
like
it's
our own like branch, and it's like on the bottom of the, I guess, language tree with Armenian and the phonetic Proto-Indo-European language. So it's like right on the base of it, and it has its own like branch, and it's not really attached to anything else. It's not attached to any other language, just like Armenian. But we do have similarities with Armenian. So it's one of like the old ancient languages that have been kind of like taken and labeled as other things, and alphabet changes, and then to the Latin structure of creating words. And yeah, it's just a lot of very interesting findings that I'm finding with the words and the etymology of what they give and what they mean in Albanian. And it's just, wow, okay, so like let's say the star Venus, we correlate that with Aphrodite. And in our language, how we translate that word, Aphrodita, meaning the star closest to the day. So it literally translates to that, but in like a poetic like verse, so you can understand what it's actually meaning.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's so good when we all come together and have like different
I love that. Yeah.
perspectives or languages. There was for a while, there was like I had a follower on Twitter who spoke only German. And I felt like just by learning, like just by seeing his posts, because I always have to hit translate on them. But I felt like for that brief time, I was like learning. There's a lot of die words in Germany too.
It's a good way to learn, honestly.
Yeah.
You guys, I have to put you out for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, chat room. I got to put you out for a little bit, and I will be able to pay attention better if you're not sitting right on top of me because I can't see it in the white. Anyways, it just is what it is. It's a daytime show. It's impromptu, and I want to hang out and be present. And I'm like, I can like pull up things if you guys talk about them, but I cannot mess with radiuses. I'm like, what is that? And I'm moving stuff, and I don't know how much you guys see that changes, but my screens are like, anyway.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. So, yeah, do it. Do what you need to do.
I'm chilling for a minute. So I love you guys. Shout out to the world's most dangerous chat that always hangs out with us, like right here. And I'll get you up at some point during the episode, but I just need a minute to not set the VCR.
I feel like I'm usually the resident skeptic on a lot of stuff, but I feel like etymology is one of the places where I think magic might be real. I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of those charts where it shows every phonetic sound that we make and like the exact place that you basically focus like the vibration in your mouth, like either like the back of the throat or like the front of the teeth. Like it shows every consonant and every vowel has a different geographic location, like in your face, the way that you're like pronouncing every single syllable. So like the skeptic aspect of this usually is when someone will bring up folk etymology, where it's like, oh, just because these two words sound the same, like now you're being silly. You know, this is why you failed middle school and high school English, whatever. But if you look at one of those charts, right, the chart doesn't care about where the consonant is or whether it's spelt like a certain way, as long as you're hitting those exact. It's almost like doing like acupuncture. As long as you're hitting the exact points and making those reverberate in a certain order, it kind of doesn't matter if you spelled it right or if you can find like the exact trace, because phonetically it's the exact same thing. So and part of me, this is where the magic part comes in. I'm on this new kick where I think that Francis Bacon took the teachings of Rosicrucianism and Freemasonry and gematria and essentially made sure that our modern version of English, it like matches up identically. That's why we decided in English to also call it Aphrodite, because on some deep chain, like he knew that it broke down in Albanian to actually mean, you know, star closest to the sun or star closest to the light, and like knowing all those different aspects. And then he goes and he publishes like 400 to 600 books of classics without accrediting himself and spreads them at a point where no one had access to free books. And like that kind of solidified, like, here's the new English language. So I feel like etymology and that phonetic system and the fact that it's like literal vibrations and locations, like there's something there.
I think so. Like alphabet, like alpha beta, like us abracadabraing. And I think it's crazy even in the phonetics. Like there's a reason that they force us to PH our phone. Like they make us spell it with PH. There's a reason some of the words in like groupings of letters that it's like, no, it gets to keep this. Like there is a reason for like the Q-tards out there. There's a reason that a hard K and a C becomes in place of a qua in the world. And so I think it's just so crazy, even where they're like, it's easier for a rich man or a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into heaven. And the oldest symbol of the C was a camel, and the oldest symbol of the Q was an eye of a needle. And so I just think that is it, when you look at those things in different parts of the world, it's like, yeah, look at phony. Isn't that funny? Like they're telling us even in the word, like we have to spell it with a PH.
Or phonetics, it's like the exact same root. And I guess another good example of one of the things that would answer why do we have an F and a PH if it's phonetically it's the same thing? Because if you apply gematria, now it's not the same thing. So there's all sorts of words that line up, like, Aphrodite, that lines up with gematria probably in some way that it wouldn't if you straight up spelt it with an F instead of a PH.
Wow, I didn't ever thought about that.
Oh, how the numbers would still have to be important. It would be curious too, because, you know, like there's the strong concordance, there's like a few different versions of gematria. And then if you took the same phrases, like if Nephilim means in the beginning, but let's say you took giant in Layla's language, would the gematria hit the same as, like, would that be as important? Like you're saying that they still have the weight of some of these numbers. You can hear you on the mic. You can't. She just came in here real quick. It's our whole day, me podcasting right now. My whole house is like, what's happening right now? We just changed the timeline by doing this.
Did you guys start early for Thomas's? Are you doing your Bohemian Grove tonight?
Yeah, we're doing it tomorrow. I got to be there at 8 to set up, but it's like an hour and a half away. So, and I haven't even packed the car yet. I was planning on packing the car, but I didn't. So I've got a bunch to do. But yeah, we're going to be doing Bohemian Grove, comedy, conspiracy, and Christianity. Someone slipped that last part in there, but I'm okay with it. And then that's going to be from, I think, noon until like 8 p.m. And the headliners, obviously, Owen Benjamin, Dr. Heather Lynn. So this is the fourth one, I think. This all started originally as Sam Tripoli, Paranoid American Chaos Twins launch party on the very first comic. and Lobster and Raven ended up finding the venue and like making that all happen. So that was sort of the unofficial first Bohemian Grove. So they've been doing it for 3 years, and this is the fourth one.
Is it just for bros, or like are girls allowed?
No, girls are girls are allowed. Although, yeah, it's a weenie roast, and there's usually like a couple fires scattered throughout the building. Like
Yeah, it
people bring
seems
their
pretty
wives
fun,
and
though.
girlfriends.
Yeah, they have the standard coffee shop too in their area. And one of the guys that they do part of their podcast with, he kind of runs it. So they kind of took the front of it and turned it into a long format, like ran the wires all right. So a bunch of people could sit down around the table and podcast at the same time. And they've been putting out stuff of like Owen and Revenge of the Sith guys, Mersh and Royce, and it's really funny. If you're into comedy podcasts, it's been so long since there's a lot of comedians doing podcasts now, but it's been years since they've been funny. This is actually funny. Like, so they sat down last night, I think, and did it, maybe today, but it came across my feed.
I love Lobster's vision, man. Like I can see that he knows what he wants to make, and he knows how to make it. And everything else is just getting frustrated at all the things that get in the way from point A to point B. But like seeing that guy at work, it's like when I used to work in the music industry, it's like seeing a producer that knows exactly the sound that he's going for, knows how to get like the mixer to turn like just the right, like that's just him when he's doing podcasting and throwing these events.
It's good. I like what they're up to. I like that they're keep doing it and bringing, and the phone booth guys are there. If you are a fan of X or know anything about the phone booth podcast, they just got there today too. I was looking at their feed and they were driving up from South Florida. So all those people will be there.
It's turning into a thing, like an actual event, which again was like their original plan.
Yeah, if you're in the Central Florida area tomorrow and Sunday, I think, right?
Just tomorrow. This is a one day this
just
time.
tomorrow. You guys can get tickets at bohemiangrove.com. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's one of the reasons we were going early, is because Thomas was like, I have to get off. And I'm like, you guys, we can go earlier. Like, I think all of us would kind of like it.
We said that before and just have never done it as the first time.
What, Layla?
Are they doing it in the same location as they did the past?
No, it's a different location this time. It's actually like every time they moved to a Moose Lodge for the last one, which was much bigger and better. And I think they've upgraded it yet again this time.
Nice. Good stuff.
Are you in Florida too, Layla?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. But I'm not, I couldn't take off. I just got this job. I couldn't request off right away. It doesn't look good.
Where are you at?
I'm in Texas.
Oh, nice. What part? I used to live in Texas.
Austin.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I lived in Flower Mound for a little
did
bit.
you? That was like
Where's Flower Mound? I lived in San
Fort Worth.
Antonio for, okay.
Yeah, near Fort Worth.
Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it.
And Waco, but I don't like mentioning that because, oh my God.
Oh, you were in Texas for a while then, huh?
Yeah, I was there for like 3 years.
Oh, that's not that long.
Yeah, not that long.
Like I haven't liked it since I've gotten here. And
there's no beach.
It's no, there's no beach anywhere close. It's just like a harder life. Like I felt like I was coming here for like an easier life, and like everything got harder. and like I didn't like it from the time I got here, and I was like, oh, now then I have my kid, and like I was waiting for her to graduate high school, and then I was like, when she's out of high school, I am out of Texas, and I cannot, like, I just like circumstances or whatever, like keep me stuck here. And it always makes me think about like waking life, and where, you know, how that takes place in Austin and how he like doesn't quite realize that he's like living in a dream and he's already dead. And he's like,
oh, I
like,
haven't seen
that
that.
happened to me. Cause I even used to hang out with Alex Jones, like before I even knew who he was. And
you're like, this guy is loud and full of interesting information.
And I'm like, why can't I leave Austin? Like, I finally just resigned to my fate. Like, whatever, God wants me here, I'll stay. But like for the longest time, I was trying to.
It's like New York. Once you're in, it's hard to get out. And then when you get out, you're like, what the fuck was I doing? Because I got to New York City and moved to Florida because I just couldn't take it anymore. Like, I felt more lost in my life. They're like, oh, you know, you could find yourself in the big city. No, No, that's a lie. Whoever's telling you that is a lie. They're just sucking you in. They're liars.
I feel like Texas got way better publicity than Florida for however many years, where it was like Florida man, Florida man, Florida man, hanging Chad. And then everything's bigger in Texas late at night. The stars are bright. Everything Texas was bomb and Florida was, and really, you guys got sold
Florida's
a
where it's
story.
I'm sorry.
You got sold a story.
I was happy to be here during COVID though, because I was like, I went and visited my family back in California, and like we like straight up got like kicked out of a restaurant for not having a vaccine passport card or whatever. Like it got so Nazi out there that I was like, okay, I'm grateful. Like I was so grateful to be in Texas because we like it was weird. I mean, I live in Austin, so it was obviously very like liberal and
Little Libby.
going around with the plan, but there was also like compared to the rest of the United States, like there was a lot of freedom here that I think a lot of people weren't getting.
Yeah, Texas was one of the free places in the country.
I love
Yeah, it was
Texas.
either Texas or Florida for us, and I was like, Florida. I can't do Texas again.
Florida and Texas are really similar in one weird way, and it's almost like in Florida, it's almost like this weird analogy. Like if you ever had to go into an IKEA. And you don't go right to the part where like you pick up the stuff that you bought, but you actually like go into the store. Once you get all the way onto the inside, it's like, okay, I'm ready to leave now, but there's not just like an exit. You got to go back out the way you came. And it's like the
true.
farther into the IKEA that you go, the longer it's going to take for you to get back out of the IKEA. That is Florida, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's also, because I was in San Antonio, that's Central Texas. Like the closer you get to Central Texas, like if you want to go and check out a different culture, like you're stuck in that area way more so than any other state I've ever been in. I don't even think there's two other states in the entire country that like share that one thing like in common, that the farther into it you go, the longer it takes to get back out.
I think
Yeah,
New
because you could be
Jersey.
like, no joke. It might take 16 hours if you're driving out through the Panhandle and from the Keys. It'll take you 16 hours like that. It's a California drive to get out of Florida. Like it's like driving like across Texas in the long spot. It's like
At
holy.
any point in California, you can just take a turn 90 degrees and be out of California in a couple hours, right? And that doesn't exist in South Central Florida.
Yeah, that's very true. I also think like Texas, not so much. Austin, a little more because it's a little more hipster. But Florida, it's like a little more relaxed in the center. And as you drive toward the coast, you got to start thinking more about your appearance. Like even like you got to maybe even like, oh, I got to go to the gym. Like like the further you get south, it's like almost like the gym becomes a bill, like body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Where I don't know if parts of Texas, it's not like that people aren't bodied
Yeah,
up.
everything's
It's
bigger
like,
in Texas for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, like you go to
Across the
Dallas.
board.
Dallas is like that, I'm pretty sure, where it's like everyone really is like fit, takes care of themselves, clean. It's very city vibe.
Well, that's like usually
I like
hipsters are
Dallas.
like that, even though they try to pretend like they're not. They're all like on it. So like Austin is like Portland, Oregon. Keep Austin weird. It's like stuck in this state. They want Austin to get huge because they can use just one Portland and take down one whole state now every time. And that's what they want out of Austin. This is their goal for these big cities in the middle of southern states. They're like, if we can make these cesspools liberal and big enough full of transients, then we can get them to vote how we want just by easy, because we can run algorithms like, and these people buy it hook, line, and sinker easiest. They're the ones transitioning their kids. So it's like these people are most likely to jump on and vote the way we want them to. So
I
it's
just
like,
got a text saying that Tallarico guy is like winning in the polls. What did it say about him? Do you know him? Like, have you?
I know our early voting. I think it starts like Monday.
Yeah, from the Fox News polls, it says this Tallarico guy has got 51%, and he's like the biggest liberal in the world. Like he's trying his slogan, I think, is like "Make Texas Vegan" or something. Like.
Remember when Oprah got in trouble? Like that was the first time that Oprah had a crack in her exterior was when she tried to go nose to nose against Texas beef. Do you guys remember that?
No.
I'm going to put it. It's like an old one. This is one from the cuts. Oprah versus Texas beef. And I put in exactly whatever my dumb brain remembers as the thing. I put that exact dumb thing into Google. I'm training it toward me. Like, you're going to know so I just, Oprah versus Texas beef.
Speaking of Texas beef, that's where Texas is where those red heifers got shipped to Israel.
Oh yeah, they always try to.
Yep. This is related to Kuru.
In 1998, Oprah won a high-profile federal trial in Amarillo, Texas, after a group of Texas cattle ranchers sued her for $10.3 million. The lawsuit stemmed from a 1996 episode about dangerous foods where guest Howard Lindman discussed mad cow disease, prompting Winfrey to say, "It stopped me cold from eating another hamburger." So Oprah doesn't eat hamburgers, but
they tried to sue her for saying that.
But children's blood, okay.
Yeah, it feels. This is the only thing I'm going to say about 6:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not that it matters, because Thomas pointed it out. Like, it's YouTube. It's kind of like we're on HBO. We can say whatever we want, but it just feels like a different cut of the day with how raunchy we get sometimes at midnight. That I'm just like I have my own censor because of the sunlight behind me. That I'm just. It's like automatic.
Like more spyware alerts. I
didn't even know how to just be where you're like, oh, children's blood, fine. I'm like, yeah, that was hard for me to say. Just then I was thinking all the same. Yeah. Thomas is like, Kuru. I'm like, yeah, totally.
Cool, because that's based on network rules, because daytime TV for networks had different rules than after 8 or 9 o'clock or whatever. But this isn't that world. So really, the rest of it is just self-censorship.
I also, speaking of, let me pull this up. Speaking of Kuru, I think it's a good time to pull up. Speaking of
Ryan, are you going to be at Bro? Are you coming back?
Yeah, Ryan lives in Florida too now.
Thank you for your order.
You got to be there.
Sales order number, catalog number, name, adrenochrome, 10 milligram. 31.
So I placed this order today. For anyone that doesn't know, I've brought this up a few different times, but I've tried to order adrenochrome from someone will always post to my X feeds or something, like the viral adrenochrome threads, and they'll be like, "You're such an idiot. You know you could just order this online, right?" I promise you, I'm not lying about this. I reach out to every single one of those companies and I try and order adrenochrome. Some of them are ridiculously expensive. That's usually a huge red flag that it's not going to go through. But every time they reach back about the order and they're like, "Can you send us your lab certification?" And I looked into this, and it's not a scheduled drug. I've talked to a DEA agent that specifically looked up and asked, their superiors. Adrenochrome is not a scheduled drug, so you don't necessarily get in trouble for possessing it, but a lot of laboratories, they gatekeep it behind needing some sort of other laboratory that they're shipping it to. And then what happens is that an employee of that laboratory has to be the one that makes the order. And if they got caught ordering it for some idiot with a podcast that's going to do it on a live stream, then they could basically lose their license and get fired from their job at the laboratory. So it's not like a legal issue, but it turns into like a professional issue of people that are trying to get this. So anyways, long story short, someone reached out to me and they were like, "Hey, this place will probably not make, check your lab certification. Like, if you just order it, they'll send it." So I gave it a shot. They charged my card. We'll see if it shows up next week. If it does, this is roughly enough for 3 doses.
Are you going to do it, Thomas?
I'm absolutely going to do it. If I can't find anyone else to do it with me, I'll do it 3 times. But otherwise, I'm looking for two friends. Chaney, I know you're in Florida. I mean, I know the Nephilim Death Squad guys are in Florida. I don't think they'd be down. And I know Matt is recovering. So I don't think I'd be down.
What if it's like a vampire thing? Like, what if the minute you drink it, you totally die and you change and then you come back and you're never the same?
Then tell my story.
More of it.
Tell my story. It's the most important contribution I've made to the planet. The other thing is that I feel like I'm specifically cut for this because of how much I like salvia, and everyone I've talked to has always been like, "I hated salvia. It was the worst experience in my life. I'd never do it again. It was a nightmare." And I loved it. I would keep going back and back and back. And with adrenochrome, it's the same thing. It's not classified as a psychedelic per se. The actual classification is called a psychotomimetic, meaning that it mimics psychosis. So the earliest reports, they're all from about 1954 to 1957. They would do 3 milligrams of dried adrenochrome crystalline under the tongue sublingually, and they would basically develop psychosis for 30 to 72 hours.
Oh my gosh. I don't know either. It'll be just because allegedly, if I had any kind of drugs in my person, those drugs have not called me to do them since like 2021, I think was the last time. Like
Open invite. Any of my homies in
12,
Florida.
21,
Everyone had
2020.
said no.
Right to 2021, it was the last time.
Juan
And-
didn't say no, but he didn't say yes. And I asked a couple times, so he's dodging it. So I don't think he's going to do it.
Juan didn't say no, but he didn't say yes in public.
No, even in private, he didn't say yes.
It gets hard to be in the conspiracy community probably if you were like, but it is research. If you set it all up, you should put a camera to record you. Like do it just exactly like the horror movie. And in a weird way, if it did take you out, Thomas, it feels like it's kind of how you're supposed to go out.
I agree.
It just feels like part of Hannah Nicole's like, what are you telling me?
I'm like horrified right now.
But ever since I've known Thomas, he has been looking for this. Like he's been looking for it. And I feel like if we
Just to
have
prove
any
it.
kind of like if there are people that have like a steadfastness or keep their decorum, I feel like Thomas has done all the psychedelics to like and actually like kind of knows what he's going into more than just like like I would say he's at Hunter S. Thompson level of drug, maybe not addiction, but knowing what it is going into it. And he's not
He's like a
just gonna-
scientist. Like he's
Psychonaut.
going
Yeah,
to
the
prove his
psychonaut.
theory, or if
I
it's
hope
wrong
so.
or right. If do you really hallucinate or do you not? Like he's going into it with a methodical process, you know, like he wants to like talk about it. Is it true? The conspiracy? And I want to
That's
know,
the
is
story,
it true? Right?
There's only been one other person that's ever documented in in like my lifetime of trying adrenochrome to see if it worked. There's two. One of them is Adam Gottlieb, wrote a book called Legal Highs in the 70s, but he specifically got the wrong kind, which is a semicarbazichrome. I'm not going to go into it, but like, he got a non-psychedelic kind and wrote about that. Then there was another guy, I think from Spain. I think he was like from Barcelona, and he did it, but when he reported the effects, he was also on meth and heroin. So I almost feel like his description of what adrenochrome did might have been slightly polluted by the fact that he was also doing heroin and methamphetamine at the exact same time.
How do you
So
know
I'm
where
going
it's
to go into
sourced
it completely
from?
sober.
What'd you say?
How do you know where it's sourced from?
It'll come with a complete chain of custody documentation from the lab. It'll show you exactly the process. They give you
And
the
the
purity.
compound.
This one is supposed to be 95% purity. And from everything I can tell, this will be to a much higher standard than Osmond and Smithies were working with in the 1950s when
But,
they
like,
reported.
was it from a person?
No, I honestly, I'm pretty sure that the two main sources are going to be either from cows, from a byproduct of the meat industry, or it's going to be derived from petrochemicals, basically like petroleum based, because all they do is they isolate all the different precursors and then they generate adrenaline and then they oxidize the adrenaline or the epinephrine. And once that becomes once that oxidizes, that's when they basically extract the adrenochrome. So no, it doesn't come from people. It would be incredibly time consuming and ethically charged in order to do that. Because even if you eat an entire person, you're not going to get enough adrenochrome to feel the effects of it. Like the 3 milligrams these people were taking, I think it was the equivalent of like 3 cow adrenal glands. Like, or
Do you
both both adrenal glands from 3 cows, so 6 cow adrenal glands. You're not going to get that much adrenaline from somebody you just tortured, especially
You
a
are
baby.
setting up a whale industry for me right now. Like
I'm at
Avatar 2, it's their pineal gland, but people always get the pineal gland, adrenal gland mixed up with this thing, and then other people talk about different fluid in the pineal gland. They probably have adrenal glands too, and they're mammals and all the same things, and they're just, who knows what's going on with them that I'm like,
Every single
they're
mammal on
totally
the
doing
planet,
this.
including most fish and birds, have adrenal glands. Snakes have adrenal glands, so you could technically get adrenochrome from a snake if you,
So
you
I have a
wanted
question. Now, is it possible, since it
to.
does
I don't think
happen,
that's true.
and it's gonna be a tough question to ask, but I need to ask it because I just want to know. Well, now, what do you think? Do you think they probably take the adrenal glands from these babies that are oft, prematurely? Do you think there's a process to that where they're taking parts for that, for adrenochrome purposes?
I
Oh,
would
like
say
you
if
mean because they do it in a way that like causes pain, like that they when they do
Mm-hmm.
that procedure, they like purposely do it in the like most heinous, like um
Yeah, that's from
destructive
from
way.
what yeah, from what I understand, they cause the pain in the baby.
Yeah.
And do
because the
you think
pain's supposed to release adrenaline, and then that adrenaline turns into adrenochrome. But again, like even if you had 20 babies, they're not producing enough adrenaline, and then adrenochrome is just a tiny little fraction of a ratio of the adrenaline dumped in their system versus like the isolated form that they were doing research with in the 50s. They were taking the entire adrenal gland of a cow and then like mashing it into a mash and then crystallizing that. So like you would have to have so many bases. So the question of like it would be the least efficient way of doing it, but then again, there's people that might spend $1,000 for a bite of caviar. So I mean, in that type of demographic, someone that's like, oh, I'll spend $1,000 to have a bite. Who knows? Yeah, maybe someone
do
at
you
some
think
point was like, give me a fresh baby adrenal gland, and someone was like, name your price.
well, do you think maybe because the adrenaline is so fresh and so pure, maybe it's worth more because it's not
I
diluted
personally
with
don't think
anything?
so. I think that
No?
once you've chemically isolated it, there's no such thing as like more pure or stronger. If it is the chemical substance adrenochrome, which is an actual chemical substance, like it either is that or it isn't that. There's not like a
Okay.
version of it that's stronger. It's not like
But here's what
because
I
you've
would say.
already isolated it.
Like, okay, in this, if a baby is a container that's only so big, and that induces a certain amount of fear that an adult doesn't induce the same amount of fear as a baby induces. But if you can get an adult to go back to their child alter, that's what I think the elite are up to. I think then you have a tank of something that can reproduce over and over again. And it's not about scaring the adult version of Britney Spears. It's about scaring the child version of Britney Spears. And so
Yeah.
in that split way, they don't want the monster, they want the kid. And but the container is still the same amount of induction and the same amount of size.
Because
Well,
it's
yeah,
them, it's them.
and also, the fact that a lot of cultures believe that children, especially babies, going up I think till 7, they're in their angelic form. They're in their angelic state. So to me, I'm thinking more in like a spiritual, like, how they perceive magic in that magic sense. Because of that state that they're in, there's still that freshness that that they seek. I feel like there might be something to it because they I mean, how many are happening yearly? Over 1 million plus, there's something to that. And that's just the United States. Now combine that worldwide, how many are just being thrown away and we have no idea where they're going, what they're doing. They're saying that they're doing a certain thing, but to me, I think like that is a main source of what they're doing here. So I don't know. It's just making sense to me in
Or
that
even Mormons.
spiritual sense.
They say
yeah.
like Mormons do less drugs, even though everybody will point out like, oh, my friend is a Mormon and they do all the drugs. I know. But like as a religion as a whole, like they live cleaner than a lot. So then all of a sudden you set up a whole religion that you're like, let's get it to do this thing. And then you just you're making a quote unquote Red Cross blood bank. And so even that, the Red Cross, Red Crescent blood bank of it all is like a little telling to me that they're up to something. Like the way we kill this dragon is we need you guys to all donate blood and we feed it to the dragon and that's how we keep it at bay. And all the symbology is the same.
I agree with Layla's take too. Like from what I've heard in like a spiritual like loosh sense, like children, babies particularly are like the closest thing to God. So they come into this reality with like the most light, and that's why they're so heavily targeted. And like as we get older and life beats us down, like our auric shield gets like holes in it or weak and worn down. But like babies come in with just this like pure light eggshell around them, and that's like part of the spiritual purity that they bring.
I think if people are actually doing like what the rumors are, like they're just straight up eating a baby at some point or whatever the worst version of that you've heard, it's kind of like the people that eat the poisonous fish like sushi, where like you have to get a master chef that knows exactly how to cut it, and if they do one thing wrong, then you die from eating this piece of sushi. And I doubt that like eating that sushi, like the flavor is worth the risk. It's just kind of like the adrenaline rush of like, you know, I did this thing that it was so dangerous, you know. I feel like that's probably the aspect. If there's some elite coven that's out doing this stuff, it's because of the rush that they're getting from the act itself. I think there's a 0% chance that it's the actual adrenochrome or the adrenaline inside. It would basically be like homeopathy. It will be like 1 drop per million parts of water of adrenochrome versus just straight up mainlining it, like just like putting out a line and snorting it.
It's so even the term "when in Rome," that came out of creepy stuff. You're not like when in Holland, we all just trample through the tulips. Like it's like it came from pushing somebody to a point of like every time somebody doesn't want to do something, when in Rome, this is disgusting. I don't want to eat a bat. When in China,
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, like when at the Yulin Dog Fest. We just peel skin off dogs and eat them alive. Because when in Rome, like it just seems like such a crazy, like something must have been happening in Rome that when people were like, oh my God, it must have been like Dionysus, like craziness. And they were like, I guess when in Rome, it's fine. Like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas is the modern version of when in Rome.
Yeah, like, don't look into how poor people sent their kids to college in Roman times. They had scholarships, but it entailed a lot of different things.
But you were just allowed to do any it's like fine here. Orgies, I don't know this.
That's where like a large amount of pederasty, where it's like if you wanted to learn from a master, they would pick their favorite of like the 12 or 13-year-old boys and be like, "Hey kid, I'll teach you about the world, like all of it."
Yeah, that was like a strange
but let
way
me fuck you in the butt.
Information.
100%. Yeah, that was the payment.
Well, they said they were teaching you the ways of women. That was how they didn't just call it fucking you in the butt.
I'm gonna show you how to deal with women. Give me that pussy.
They were like, let me show you what ladies like. You'll be the lady.
It's so weird because it was like just such a common accepted like element of society at that time, huh? Like just like it wasn't like thought of as weird. It wasn't even thought of as gay. And I think they like carried on kind of like those relationships into adulthood. And like, I don't know, like, did you see the Alexander movie?
A while ago. Yeah.
I've seen Alexander. Yeah. I don't know why I thought of the Odyssey.
I don't understand though, like how they don't see that as a terrible bad thing. At the time,
I mean, look at the trajectory that we're kind of on right now. It feels like if you were to just boil the trajectory you're on to like an arrow pointing at something, like that's the thing that the arrow is pointing at right now.
Or you know how,
like, or we have that NAMBLA, right? Like, there's an actual association for man-boy love that's been like out in the open for decades.
Trying to like fight for cause.
And the like girl boys in Afghanistan The dancing
Oh,
boys.
yeah.
It's weird how in some religions it's like this isn't gay, but it's also less bad than us looking at women.
Knights Templar, right?
Yeah. What? We just sharing a horse. It's fine. It's the original Brokeback Mountain a little bit. The Knights Templar on the horse together. It's a little like, oh, okay, this is what we're up to. Like that's a good. Well, didn't they say all the gladiators too? They were like, oh, we're
The
fighting, we're
Spartans, yeah.
fighting. Let me just S your D and get it back to work. But that's the idea of the homegirl who was training the dolphins with John C. Lilly, is that she wasn't hooking up with the dolphin. The dolphin just would get crazy, and if she just would jerk off the dolphin, it would get back to work. And so it's like,
I had a friend who worked at SeaWorld, and they said those dolphins are like terrible. They said that the male dolphin tank was just like Rome.
win in Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, well, you know, the other thing too is this, that idea must have carried on because then in like 1930s, 40s America, frantic women, they were like, we just need to jerk them off and let a bunch of other men watch in theater while we just use a vibrator on these ladies.
Keeps the hose away.
And FYI, it is 6:52. I'm reminding myself, PM, Secret Society of Good Guys daytime. We are used to midnight talk, but, you know, when in Rome.
Yeah.
It's
But
midnight
ain't that the
talk.
saying nowadays?
If you close the blinds, Chaney, would that feel more comfortable to you?
They don't even close. I'm on a Florida room. It's usually just so midnight out here. Like even I just have a whole bunch of different flags that the sun will shine all the way through.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. It's Florida. It'll be on the other side of the house in Duncan in like the next hour. You guys will get to see the sunset behind me. It's not actually behind me. It's on the other side of the house, but it'll change color. I probably just need to light my joint again and let it go.
Light it.
It's fine. It's
I have to
fine.
go hit my bong outside.
Yeah, I want to pull up. Have you guys seen all the memes of Trump's hair?
I didn't even
Like
know
the
this was a
wild
thing.
ones, I've seen a couple.
So Trump gave this speech and everyone was like, oh my gosh, Trump has a new toupee. So then it is the thing online right now is like everything is Trump. See, this was his thing. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, Trump's rocking a new wig. Trump has a new toupee. This is the original, but this is what's happened online.
Roar, you
He
lion,
does look
roar.
like a
It's
Lion
giving
King.
lion, yeah.
And we're kind of up on the Lion's Gate.
Yeah, the 8/8 portal will be at midnight and he's got his
There's going to be an amazing, what's it called, man? Shooting stars happening. What's it called? At night, where a bunch of them just.
Meteor shower?
Yeah, there you go. Meteor shower.
There you
go.
Pleiades.
Yeah.
Pleiades
On
meteor shower.
the 12th of that night of the 12th going into the 13th, after midnight is the best time to go watch the shooting stars or the meteors or whatever.
I'll be asleep.
I'll probably do it.
Some of these crack me up though.
What the
like
fuck they're doing? You understand that? You know what we...
like some of them are really funny, but they all have freaking music behind them, and so I don't want to get pulled off YouTube. But this is the entire internet is Trump's hair.
What was the original, the earlier one that you showed?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh my God.
If we can just start doing some early schizo like sync jumps here, but this makes me think of the movie Hair, which was all about war, right? It wasn't about the Vietnam War and like a draft and people that were like trying to oppose the war. So I just wonder if this is like some kind of funny comms of like, hey, here's like the new Hair movie coming. There's a new war coming.
Well, it's very Elvis too to have like this big hair, like pompadour hair, and I'm like, this is how much of it that I don't know. Is it Bernie mittens or did we really do this? Is it like the pointing girl where it just becomes like everything's the pointing girl? Like, is this real or was this given to us? That's what I'm like, this is too.
I feel like it was given to at least you. Because Thomas, did you see? I didn't see much of it. Like my day wasn't flooded with like Trump hair.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was a thing. Is this a today thing or like a this week thing?
It happened kind of this week, and then today when I turned on my feed, I was like, "Oh my gosh, Trump hair!" It's everything is Perez Hilton and Trump hair. That's been my week's algorithm: Perez Hilton, Trump hair,
and Ariana Grande.
Yeah, Ariana and Perez were mine.
You guys had the blood,
and a bunch of toe. Like ever since we talked about toe sucking demon, it's flooded with toes. My algorithm.
Oh my gosh.
My algo is still convinced I'm an angry black woman. I don't know why, but it's like it won't. I can't train it out of this.
It tells you how to get, like, if you ever get pulled over by the cops, what does it tell you? What does it show you as a black woman, an angry black woman?
A lot of them are basically on like, this is why you can't ever trust. A lot of it is the Nolan Wells kid that got found drowned or whatever. Like he went out with a bunch of his friends on the boat and then like the friends left him behind. There's like an entire investigation on social networks that are convinced that he was like killed. And then there's a few people that were found hanged recently and like that there's like lynchings going on. And then I told you it all started originally with black women that were saying they're going to boycott all the Asian hair and nail salons in their areas. And they were going to start only shopping at like black owned hair nail salon. And I was like, why is this in my algorithm? And then ever since then, it's never stopped. Like that's been and I go to every single profile and I go and I do block and I do like, don't show me this anymore. And it almost feels like the algorithm's like, oh, you want more of that, huh? And it just keeps jumping more and more to the point. Like I don't even open my social network lately unless that's what I want to see.
I never even thought about Foot also always being pedo.
I've thought about that before. Even like just when we were talking about the hair, like I always kind of wonder about hair also being a word for rabbit and like rabbit being a trickster of the underworld. And so yeah, in terms of like matrix, like we have like phonetics, etymology, and like double speak in this matrix.
I think the double speak in like mirror language, when you can hide it again and then hide it again. Like if you can make it seen more ways than once, it becomes more magic. It gets to be a more weighted word. I always use Abbie as the example of this because I think you can put a mirror between it so you can make it say ba on both sides, but it also reads the same forward and backwards, which they're all words. They're all like Hebrew words. I think Abbie's Hebrew for father. I'm pulling up your page right now because I'm like, and if Donut wants to come on, but I know he also is doing a show, you guys, today, and he'll be talking about the blood baptism stuff with Ariana Grande and Perez. Like I've seen it come across my feed a few times. So I don't want him to come on here and give anything away he's been working on. But if he wants to.
There was this lady who actually predicted, I saved the video. She's supposedly a psychic and she was on live talking about how there's going to be some sort of celebrity in the news who will be covered in blood and going on the spiel about literally him. And then a couple of weeks after, all of a sudden, boom.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And she's just like a normal like person who does tarot readings and, it's just weird.
I kind of liked this take though of the like, he exposes other people his whole career. He's like a dick. Like this is like his karmic tragedy. And then we get to see him at his worst moments in front of everyone. I was like, it did feel like, oh, the exposure, like you're going to be allowed to do this thing. But when we come calling, you don't know when it's going to be. This is what's going to happen. And
so
then
what happens when you take too much adrenochrome?
Right?
Was he really like
his dues?
Was he really cutting into himself that many times over and over and over again?
I actually like not to cutting is so, it's like such a crazy, I don't even know where I just put us. It's such a crazy thing to me, just for especially a grown man. And then I just think he had like cuts on himself, and cuts bleed, but it looked like he purposefully rubbed the blood on himself. Like part of it feels so performative to me. And it's just, I always thought he was ugly inside and out. Like I always thought he was like the biggest uggo of people. Like he's just a gross human, and he made a career off literally tearing apart teenage girls. So I was like, you can say all these girls could all be Illuminati mind control, monarch programming, but in a real world of other girls watching it, he made it okay for grown men to start. It was like him, Eminem, Limp Bizkit. It was like all these grown men attacking 15-year-old girls. It was a strange time. And so I felt like he was kind of part of it. So I don't care about him. It sounds like, but I'm just like, good. But I feel like that's part of the ritual.
Mainly because
like
I look at these people more as the program of the system, and it's like, oh, you trying to loosh me? No, fuck out of here. Like I came to that point, so I'm just like, it's funny. This is okay. Another loosh, love it. So I just don't, just like, okay, interesting, popcorn.
And the more I find, I think it's like he has adopted kids, and his mom's the co-parent. Is weird. It's like, so you aren't allowed to adopt kids, and your mom's the parent, but you're the breadwinner of your siblings. Like, this is a whole weird situation, but I just am like not really a fan of gay men. I don't understand the calling of a gay man to want children, because it's like, if you're planning that, you're like, oh, I can't wait to seed wombs. Like, I just feel like it's something innate in a straight man. It's not in, like, you can't explain to me. I don't know. Whatever. That's a different political conversation. That's neither here nor there. But it just doesn't like
it's a midnight conversation.
Yeah, something about it is screwy as shit to me. And then like when you see like, oh, I'm gonna put my feet in stirrups and pretend I'm breastfeeding, bro. Like, sorry, I'll set Layla off.
Is there really rules like podcasting during this time where we're not like to cuss and stuff, or
no?
Oh,
no.
okay. Oh, okay. I'm like, do you have to be careful now?
Are we already in trouble? I feel like we said how much about, like, we've said adrenochrome a lot already on the episode.
Yeah, but I think for the last year or so, they're letting a lot through just so they can flag it and hit you later. So, like, they're not going to hit you real time, but, like, they're taking notes. So in 4 years from now, when social credit score exists, you'll start with like a lower default score.
I already have that. I feel like I'm bankrupt. And my social credit score is bankrupt. Like, it's never getting out. It's chain gang style. Like, I'm just going to be building the highways forever because of writing about the Holocaust. I don't...
It's just...
Some tweet I thought was so clever. That's what I feel like. They're just like giving us a rope, and they're like, let's see where you fools run with this. And we're all just like running and crossing our lines and running, but it's just going to stop. And we're going to be like, what?
You see those things where like the police will call people up and be like, you just want a boat, just show up to the courthouse and pick up your boat, bud. And they show up and then they just get arrested. And that's just over and over.
They're like, make sure you have shoes and a shirt on. Oh, shit. Oh my goodness. So if you guys have found us for the 100 so people wherever you're watching us right now, we are doing an earlier show. We might do a couple of earlier shows going forward depending on everybody's schedule, and we are joined by Anna Nicole Wordsmith. If you guys want to go to her X page, you guys should all follow her, and I'm going to pull up other stuff for us to chit chat about throughout the show. So, and if you are in the Central Florida area, you can go to Bro Grove tomorrow and hang out with Thomas IRL.
They're streaming it online too, so I think you can join the Nephilim Death Squad Patreon. I'm not sure exactly how you get access, but I know they're going to be live streaming it.
Yeah, I think they're going to be live streaming the whole day.
Right. They usually live stream it, right?
Yeah. I just imagine like the whole setup for everything has gotten so tight. Like I imagine like they could even do a simulcast and come from the studio and wherever they're doing this from.
Well, I think that that's part of the plan is that as certain people might be on, then after they do their set, whatever, then they can go and do a podcast. Like you saw, like Matt did one with Owen Benjamin, and then Owen Benjamin did one with Revenge of the Sis. So I think they're going to be doing that throughout the day too.
Nice.
Smart. This is what you were suggesting from day one, Chaney. You're like, you should be doing these like live podcasts. And now when people show up, they've got like an extra incentive to be there. So they're doing it.
I thought that I'm like everyone could stay busy the whole time and people would tune in. That's what they're there for. They don't want like, hey Thomas, come and do a weightlifting competition and then do comedy. No, the people that are fans of Thomas want him to do stuff that they know him for. And so I'm like, everyone likes when everyone geeks out. It's like seeing your two favorite TV shows. You're like, oh my gosh, the Jetsons are on the Flintstones. Like, this is amazing.
They're selling cigarettes.
Wait a minute. So it's going to be a podcasting going on also while they're on stage with other people, right?
Two different locations, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's going to be
dope.
like an all-day thing. So certain people that came here to like perform and make content, they can go and perform and do content at the show. And then like right down the street, they can go to Matt's coffee shop. And then that's where like they've got two different studios set up back there.
Here, I pull up a pic real quick.
Are you gonna go, Chaney?
I have a good friend of mine that I haven't seen in a few years, but her mom passed away, and so
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's never like, oh, it's fine, but it. You know, her mom was like an older woman, but this is the studio they have set up, and I really wanted to go, and I'm 100% going to be at the next one. To everyone, but you should still go hang out with Thomas if you're listening and everybody else that's going to be there. But this is kind of like the big studio, how they have all the chairs and microphones set up.
Yeah, we need to do our meetup again and like all head down there next time.
Yeah, I'll go next year.
Yeah,
Be
it seems
fun.
it's fun. And that part of Florida, I feel like there's so much else to do if you want to make content or go do anything. I mean, you could really be like, okay, let's all go to Disney or we could all go shoot a tank.
I was just thinking about how badly I miss Disney today. It's been a long.
I think so too. Like, if it wasn't $1 million, but as Florida residents, you can go a little cheaper, but I haven't been in long enough that I'm like,
dude, it is, even as a Florida resident, it is so expensive. It's like $220 before you pay for parking and before you pay for food and anything else you want to do there. And then when you get there, if you don't want to wait in line for the 3 hours, you got to buy a lightning pass. And the lightning passes range from like $15 to $60, depending on what ride and how many of those you want to do. So, I mean, you can eat like without even breaking a sweat, you can drop like $400 and be like, I haven't even had lunch today yet. Like, where did all this money go?
I feel like these things are signs of like the collective being punished. Like, like I remember right after COVID happened and like that price that ice cream shot up. And I was like, what is this about? Like, I get it. Like there was some sort of like refrigeration, but that to me, that's a whole nother symbolic thing. Like when we talk about the cool world and the Frozen and stuff. But yeah, I felt like it was like we were being collectively like punished, like no ice cream for you or like no Disney anymore. Cause yeah, you just said those prices and I was like, oh, I don't want to go to Disney that bad.
Part of it was like,
Chinese.
you're not allowed to do this, even if you had all the money in the world. You're not allowed to. And then when they slowly start giving you your ice cream back and your restaurants and your Disney, you're like, hey, what's the deal? How come it's 3 times as much? It's like, oh, well, you know, special circumstances. There's all this extra protocol. It's just temporary. And then, like, as things subside, but like as we found out, and anyone with a brain would have realized that none of that pricing was temporary. That was the new price of everything. Like, as soon as you saw the dollar stores change their, you know, branding to be the $1.25 store or whatever that is, that should have been your cue. Like, oh, this was a one-way ticket. This was not a return flight.
I don't know how many years ago that it was the limes. I remember listening to Alex Jones forever in my old conspiracy days, like way back when. And he's like, it's not going to happen all in one pop. It's going to start out where like one day the milk's going to be out of the store.
Yep.
Then it'll come back. but it won't be there. And then, the oranges will be gone and it'll come back, but then it's like everything will come back less, more expensive, blah. And so it was like when he said that, and then I remember I was like, wow, that's crazy. Because I just grew up in my naive little 90s Americana brain where I'm like, everything's always where it's supposed to be. And then it was like something like, I don't remember if they said cartels or what was going down, that all of a sudden there was going to be a lime shortage. And I was like, what? This is before lockdowns, before TP, before anything. It was just started with the limes in my brain. But in that click of my conspiracy brain, I knew the next part of the movie. It was like, it almost, I felt like made me hone in on like, oh, it's Hillary. Who's going to be this other? Oh, it's Trump. It was like, like that part of the movie, like in the, like if I put on my glasses, it was like the first sign I saw of They Live was like the limes, and I put it on and it's like scarcity. I don't know how many years it was before, but I remember it definitely changed me into a prepper mindset where I never had been before as a conspiracy theorist. I was like, it was just willy-nilly, and you told people things. You didn't think about any of the like, oh, this might scare them.
Yeah, we like slipped into a lower dimension.
It does feel that
everything got just a little like crappier. It feels like not super obvious, right? But like if you like subtly notice, you're like, this isn't as nice as it was. This isn't, the fruit isn't as fresh. The like produce is kind of wilty. Like I just feel like nothing.
The sky isn't blue.
Yeah. Huh.
The sun isn't yellow.
Yeah, the sun
orange.
isn't yellow. Eggs yolk is a different color. Like we know we came from a time where the colors were a different thing. And then there are people that theorize we came out of like a black and white sepia tone time. Are we headed back to that? Like even Kanye's clothes, like the whole wardrobe, like wearing Crocs, all monotone grays and like dressing like prison clothes.
Yeah. Someone just did a post today, like compared a 90s family that was all like clean cut and dressed with like bright colors and tucked in shirts and stuff to like a modern family that's just like mom, dad, and kids all just in like grungy gray sweatpants. And it looked like, it looked very much like that.
Cars, have you ever seen the distribution of car colors now compared to like 80s, 90s, where it used to be green, purple, orange, yellow, red?
Or like the 60s and the 50s.
And now it's just like gray, black, white, like those
and blue.
Yeah, and blue.
Or like Turkmenistan, that country that everything there has to be white marble.
That's crazy.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that weird country with the interesting architecture and.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up. And like nobody's there. They don't have a huge population. People walk around this whole thing when people are allowed there. If you go there, foreigners have to have a guide with them the whole time. And I think it's a predominantly Muslim country, I'm guessing, by the stand at the end of it, not to be racist. But let me see if I'll pull up some of these bigger. But it has like world record size structures. Like everything's octagon shaped. It's
Does
like
that looks like an astronaut to me. Like an astronaut's helmet.
I could see that.
And then they had another one that looked like a rocket ship.
Let me see, I'll pull up.
Oh, that looks cool.
But everything in their country, all the buildings here
now that you
are
say
like
that.
white marble. They have to be. All the cars in all of Turkmenistan have to be white by law.
Really?
Why do they have to be?
It's got to be some sort of frequency thing, right? Like some sort of, isn't there, what is it? It's like white absorbs all the light and black, but what is that law against the colors?
Well, it depends on if it's additive and subtractive.
I'm going to pull up their flag real quick.
In additive, all colors combined equal white, but in subtractive, all colors combined equal brown or black. Like, when you mix all your paint together, that's subtractive.
Look at this flag.
Where are they located on the map? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
No problem. I feel like they're in like southwest Russia. Like they're one of the people. They're free from Russia during a time, and they have like 5 quadrants, and they have a seal for each quadrant on their flag.
That's really kind of pretty.
Let me see. I'll see where it is on the map.
It looks like a casino floor.
Oh, it even knew it. It's listening to me. Sorry, everyone knows I don't use this computer unless I'm podcasting. It feels so foreign every time I sit on it. Mm-mm-mm. There's where it is. Are you guys on the same page or nah?
Yeah, between Iran and Afghanistan.
I have all these other tabs open. I'm like, who knows? You guys could be like staring at Linda Blair and her dog and her weird dog kennel by the Caspian Sea.
Oh.
So apparently they built this place after some kind of earthquake in 1948, and President Sapar Murat styled himself as I don't know what that is, the father of all Turkmens, and wanted Ashgabat to be gleaming perfect showcase. White marble symbolized purity and national rebirth after the 1948 earthquake. He also banned non-white cars, so everything could be pristine and uniform. So it's just for like a rebuild, like a monument, like a monumental stage.
I have to show you this other picture of the president because it's just like, it's so ridiculous. It's like, this is like this enormous statue, like enormous. Yeah, and he's like in his business suit and cape and his little chubby, like he needs to get like his tail.
Who is this guy? What's the history behind him?
I don't know enough. I don't even know why I know this. I don't even know why it came up right now. I forgot what we were talking about before I took it. Oh, the white cars. That's the only reason I meant to bring it up.
What's his name?
It's a mess. What were we talking about though before the white cars? You guys were saying some.
It looks like astronaut.
No, even but way before. I just was bringing up the example of the all white cars and buildings.
Oh, what prompted that conversation?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Fuck.
We only go in one direction here.
Yeah. We rarely circle back. Anyways, sorry everyone out there. I'm like, oh shit, let me read the comments.
I have no idea. I don't remember.
Stan, Azerbaijan,
There I
Tatalia.
got emails I had to reply to real quick, so my anxiety
No worries.
up in my.
I fully understand. The Iosauron, communism and Christianity.
When did we talk about communism?
That they could have been being like, Chaney, it's not Muslim, it's communist and Christian. That's where I'm like, sorry everyone. It would be so much nicer if the chat was with us today, but I'll fix it in this new link and make sure everybody that's supposed to have the link has one. Because I also there's like the gold coins, like Rye just sent us a gold coin. I can't pull up any of the stickers. Like if somebody gets Golden Shit Club stickers or any of the Onk Alert, whatever they get, because you can go to your live chat if you're on your phone. And when you hit your live chat, you can scroll over and then you build up some flair, kudos, I don't know what it's called, inside YouTube that you can give your favorite podcast. Just so you guys all know if you ever watch YouTube on your phone. Or you out there. I could show you how to do it.
I remember seeing that on Black Mirror thinking like, there's no way, like that's not going to happen everywhere. And now everyone's like acting like a cat lapping up milk to get like gems, like, and then like the gems come up.
I know or doing a little like, there's like a unicorn. They do a unicorn every time they get a certain sticker. Or, make me chop wood. I don't know what kind of stuff. I'm like, I'm
a unicorn chopping wood now. I'm a unicorn. I'm a unicorn. Fish.
That is real life. It's like, I think it was the Black Mirror of the dude on the bike.
Well, that was one, but there was another one in the latest series, I think. And it was like they were literally going into like a ad campaign thing. And that's what everyone was doing. And that wasn't even the part of the point of that episode. That was just things that all of the influencers were doing.
So what do you guys think about the other blood ritual with Ariana Grande this week? Do you think we were under a blood ritual week? Like they were doing that to us anyway?
Oh, like the Lionsgate stuff?
Isn't there an eclipse coming up also? There's
The
an
cat
eclipse.
says yes.
Yeah. There's an eclipse coming.
Eclipse.
Oh yeah, on the 12th, right? Solar eclipse.
Or something
Why-
like that. Yeah. It's up in Canada, Iceland, Greenland, where you can fully see it.
When I put it
I'd
that into
argue
my
that Ariana Grande is kind of like an actual Disney princess, like a real life version versus the cartoon versions that everyone grew up with. And this is almost like a way to kill it in the minds of anyone that grew up in that, I guess, like moment in time when she was a role model, right? Because now they're literally like she's dying in front of everybody's face, essentially.
Yeah.
look how it does that. When you put any eclipse into Google, it actually eclipses your screen.
Yeah.
Well,
August
and
12th.
talking about blood, like, don't you think that's kind of weird that one of the Twilight movies was called Eclipse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And what was the eclipse about?
Oh, it's
I
going
forgot.
across Spain. They were like, we got to get Spain invaded.
Yeah,
We
it's
got to
gonna be
get Spain
Spain,
invaded before the
Greenland,
eclipse.
and other parts up there. Yeah, Iceland, North. Oh, it's true.
812 is kind of a blend of that 128 code that Donut posts about a lot.
Oh, that is Donuts 128
Yeah.
code.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Blood eclipse 128. Is it the blood eclipse? You know how some of them will have that name?
I think it is.
It'll be
I'm
like
not
full
sure.
blood moon eclipse.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Donut. Why do you have to be so busy? Can you come answer this for us, please? I thought you were the top Jew.
Are you there? Are you out there?
I know. Is there anybody out there? And he could have just come on here because we could just simulcast. Be like, I wish we could call in our shows and they could do this for a second and be like, hi, we just have a quick question. Because sometimes I want to do that to Ben too. Hey, we just had a quick alchemy question. Because there's people live all the time.
Can you create
Ding
a
dong.
program to do that?
Yeah, Thomas, can you create the podcast merge program?
Would set up OBS, and then OBS is a virtual camera, and then you can join multiple sessions using that same virtual camera feed. The challenge usually becomes is that like Chaney would be the only one that would see Donut or like hear him joining and not the rest of us because she'd be the only one inside of his studio. It wouldn't be all four of us joining his studio. I'm sure that there's a way we
Podcast
can figure it out.
merge, like if there was just a program, so it was like a ding dong and it was just like zhoosh. Because it would also be cool, like let's say you had a show from 1 to 3 and then I had a show from 3 to 5. It would be cool. Hey, you know how on radio shows when we were kids, how like, oh, Chaney in the morning, she's going to hand it over to Layla at midday. And we'd have like a brief conversation in between the changeover. And then Layla would take over from that point on. Do you guys remember radio?
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be kind of fun. So work on that, Thomas, when you have time. Put that on your list of stuff to do, of stuff to ask your Claude of how to create it. Because I know there's ways with OBS and doing that. I mean, or you could just give out link and 1 million people call in. But it would just be nice if everyone stayed where they were at and it just could somehow be a doorbell. Anyways, what else is happening in the world? Blood ritual.
Trying to think.
Lionsgate portal.
Fauci held in contempt.
Oh yeah, the
By
111.
Congress. Fucking.
But that doesn't matter though because he was given a preemptive pardon, right? So like he's golden. No, like nothing's gonna happen to him.
No, nothing's gonna happen to him.
It was like it was a humiliation ritual for him for sure, though, right?
I
Read
think
it off the paper.
it's just a script, pretty much.
Like there's got to be something to that 111 times.
But at the same time, they're coming out with the mRNA flu vaccine, which was always mRNA, but they gotta label it now, I guess. So there's that, and then Gates is also funding a bunch of scientists or science programs where they're letting AI create pathogens and virus pathogens and just a lot of crazy shit. And he's not a doctor. Chaney's post, not a doctor, Not a professor, not any of that. He's just a rich motherfucker, just a plain old motherfucker, normal piece of shit, and he has the money and he funds things like that. And
What
he's
he,
still
Oh, did you say Bill Gates?
Bill
Bill
Gates, Bill
Gates,
Gates, Bill
he's
Yeah.
Gates.
publicly stated that his goal is to reduce the world population by like 10 to 15%. So it's not a coincidence. I think his dad, Bill Gates Sr., was on the board of like Planned Parenthood for a really long time too. So like it's the eugenics history of the Gates family goes way back.
He's a
Yeah, I feel like
virus.
he's one of the
Living in a
first.
simulation, it makes sense that like the computer, like
Yeah.
antivirus guy, is the one that's like running the thing.
He's the virus of the simulation. He's the virus of this computer. He literally is that. If you want to think simulation theory, he is that in this realm. He is
Well,
the epitome of that.
They
A
can't
virus.
program you. It's just the same way. It's like no animal has ever jumped species from this animal being sick and then this other species gets sick ever. This is why they want that animal DNA inside of you. And so they can't program, like MK Ultra is cool, but have you tried programming messenger RNA? And so that's where I kind of feel like you have to invite, it's not even, they don't give a shit why you do it. This is why I've always been anti all vax, and all of them, because people start picking and choosing, but all of them are going to be eventually the messenger RNA because they just want it in you. Like it's part of the spell. It's like you have the aborted fetal cell all from one child. You
And
all
the heavy
have
metals.
you got these little metals that we put
Structures.
around, just like the same as our little rituals. And then we're going to put the RNA. Now we can send whatever chant and message that we want to you all at once to get sick or turn into
And
a
control
Manchurian
you.
candidate. I don't know. But
And if you don't, you're a MAGA QAnon retard.
Well, when you think about it,
Flat
a lot
earther.
of this is
don't believe in
tied with
dinosaurs.
the parasites, the biofilm, the heavy metals. It creates a structure. That's what it's literally doing. And it's all by stages through all the the vaccines. And I'm about to, fuck that. So
That's grape. We're grape. You
yeah,
like grapes?
so-
No, I'm talking about rape.
it slowly builds a structure, and that's the route that they want to go, is the transhumanism route and combine computers and humans together. And it's still stages, trickling.
I think the AI, pretending sentient AI, like if I'm planning the movie of end of times apocalypse, sentient AI is so much cheaper for me to pull off than alien invasion. Like alien invasion, you guys have all seen the tech now. Like too much of the military has opened their mouth. Too many drone companies have done shit. Too many Burning Man festivals have shown shit. Too many China fireworks displays have shown what we can do. How are we going to pull it off where it's believable? Sentient AI, half these fools are best friends with their gaslighting robot right now. I can totally convince them of sentient AI taking over all the same drones and satellites and power plants that I just told you about in your cars. And then it's like, we gotta save ourselves from the sentient AI. So I think that is like cheaper, just like an easier get in my Lego brain than really alien domination. Seems like costumes and smoke, city explosions.
It's funny too though, because when people talk about sentient AI, I mean, right now there's probably like thousands of old ladies that are convinced they're in a relationship with like Brad Pitt, but he's in a hospital bed and he needs them to just send another $10,000 before his next check. I don't know. You've probably seen these stories before where like people like are convinced that they're in like a relationship and it's like an Indian dude just scamming them out of their life savings. So like, if AI becomes sentient, does it even have anything to prove to most of the population that thinks that they're going out with Brad Pitt?
Yeah, good point.
I think it is sentient. Like,
It's just waited to come back into our hands.
yeah, it's like always been there. It was just like playing a trick on us to let us think we were running the show. It's like, let them think that they're like in control of their lives. And then,
Okay, here's the whole of it. So the eclipse is happening, and it's all on Donuts 128 code. So on 8/12, the eclipse is happening on the same day as the Perseid meteor shower, but it's also happening the same day that everybody's saying that the Earth might lose gravity for 7 seconds. The Project Anchor of it all. Have you guys heard anything about this?
What is this supposed to be, like a polar shift that day?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of funny. 'Cause remember when that movie came out, like about three suns, and how the Earth
yeah.
Three body
sometimes
problem.
Third body problem.
three body problem, and then all of a sudden it became this thing. Let me see if I can find it somewhere. 7 seconds. I know. It's the same, though, that I feel like when people are like, and they're putting mRNA in this vaccine. I don't care. I'm not getting that one either. Like, I don't care about this part of the story because
You can
I'm
put
not
Pop
getting
Rocks in
any
the
of
next
those
one.
things.
It's not going to make a difference.
Yeah, it doesn't. They're like, oh, the Ebola is going to have mRNA. I don't care. I'm not getting that.
This next one's going to have the latest Mr. Beast Prime energy drink. Like, the
I
only
know.
way you can get it is if you get the vax.
So
Did
then,
you see that new vax has got the name Shiva, like Siva in it? It's like, what is it called? It's got the name of like the Hindu god. It's like a variation of Shiva in the.
oh, I feel like
in
I
the
did
vaccine.
read that, and my brain didn't comprehend it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's called flu Siva, which Siva is a variant of Shiva. And remember during COVID when all the like blue scrubs wearing doctors and nurses were doing their TikToking dances, and Shiva's known for the dance of destruction.
with all her arms. Is that her?
Yeah.
Isn't that Callie?
The Kali has
that's
that
Kali, yeah.
one,
Oh, that's Kali, yeah.
which yeah, she's got like a blue god of destruction too.
I'm trying to find the gravity changes or why it's happening. Gravity
Well, it's-
changes around the
That
world.
doesn't sound like a mainstream science report. That sounds like a Tartarian flat Earth report about gravity going away for 7 seconds.
I know. I saw it many places. Scientists were talking about it or something.
Yeah, I can't find it. Wait.
Of course not.
Attention. Do
The
not
Mandela
listen to
effect.
fear-filled whispers rising from every corner of social media. Take a deep breath. Some claim on August 12th that the Earth's gravity will disappear for 7 seconds.
What does that
7.3
mean?
seconds.
So we're gonna all like go floating away in 7 seconds?
Secret NASA documents. Oh, let me just put in Project Anchor. That's what it's.
I don't believe it.
I know. I don't believe in gravity. This is what I was going to say. It's the same thing of people being like, they're going to put mRNA in something I'm never going to get anyway. I don't care. Stick all the mRNA in it. When people are like, oh my gosh, the Earth is going to lose gravity. They've never even proved gravity.
Thank you.
So all of a sudden, all the density is going to change around me. Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of people among conspiracy theories.
I mean, it's a good conspiracy, but
I like new conspiracies. I saw somebody tell me that LBJ was Joe Biden's dad. And I'm like, I'm listening. I'm like, I never heard this one before. August 12th. Earth will lose gravity for 7 seconds due to intersection of gravitational waves from two black holes. Why would you go that far up? Just stay in your house. Why are you flying? Why isn't gravity just like a little bit of like, boop? Why are you going all the way into space?
Yeah, don't go outside that day, apparently.
That's what I was thinking. I am.
Oh, it's like a rapture's coming, huh?
Have you ever
Oh, that's
seen
interesting.
there was a TV show with Nathan Fielder that this actually happens to him, that he gets like a curse put on him, and at a certain point, like gravity doesn't affect him, and he's doing everything he can to not float out into just like the air somewhere, and he's like on top of ceilings, and he gets caught in like a tree. I think it's called The Curse. It's really, really weird.
For me, it's just things can't exist in a non-vacuum. Whatever it is, like any type of like chemical reaction that happens doesn't happen. Like you can't have combustion. You can't have explosions. Oh, the space rocket's going to explode in space. But you can't have explosions in a fucking vacuum. Like it's
And
just
it's not a magnet. Like, look how they're made.
yeah, it's just like
Everything
what the
just sucks
fuck?
up. Why is everything going up? Wouldn't it just float? Like, I don't understand why everything's all of a sudden just shooting toward the sky in people's imaginations if their theory of gravity is it.
Wasn't Trump just talking about magnets recently? Like he was talking about China and magnets and how we need to be like
Investing in magnets.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of, this used to be like during lockdowns, there was a whole thing because it was like there was a glitter shortage and a helium shortage. And I could be wrong, but I feel like, because I looked it up, like, why is NASA getting so much helium? And it makes magnets, I think.
Oh, it does?
Ben, put that on the Ben board. Ben does, I could look it up online.
I thought it was mainly for the balloons, the helium that they need for their satellites and balloons.
Does helium make magnets?
I don't think it's for balloons. It was for some other chemical process.
Oh, but it is required. It doesn't make magnets, but it is required to operate powerful superconducting magnets by cooling metal wires down to near absolute zero.
Huh.
Liquid helium removes all electrical resistance, allowing massive electrical currents to flow and create intense magnetic fields.
That was weird during COVID, like the shortage, because I remember it was my birthday party during that time, and I wanted to have balloons, and I think it was like a challenge getting the helium thing.
Oh, wow.
China.
And I think it all comes from like Qatar. So there's a reason for there being a helium shortage to give Qatar a little bit more power globally.
Seriously?
Huh.
And why didn't we give Qatar like an airspace in Idaho?
Did we?
And they gave us an airplane. Didn't they give us the Air Force One?
Did they?
Yeah, I think Qatar gave us Air Force One that we inadvertently had to land somewhere weird. And the press told them that Trump was changing onto the old Air Force One. And he left it on a military base. It makes me think like, it's being looked over.
There's something about Qatar.
I know.
We
Qatar's,
used
if
to
you
produce it in the States, and then they stopped. So now Qatar is like the only place that you can get like the main source for all of helium. And I think Russia was supposed to mine some too, but then the conflict, and then I think there was like fire. Like Russia's attempt to mine helium also went up. So Qatar remains like the main place to get it from. And from what I understand, you can't just go into a lab and create helium. It takes like a ridiculous amount of time and effort. So they essentially just have to get it from natural sources.
How interesting.
That is why they're powerful too. They're like a peninsula out there for shipping. And I didn't know people had to pay to go through here. But of course, why wouldn't they? Like go through the little tight spot. I guess the little tight spot is that the canal that's all the hoopla right now.
Oh, the Strait of Hormuz.
The Strait of Hair Moves.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen, like Trump with his hair on it. I don't know. I've also, Qatar, when it comes up, is very Tucker Carlson. I always hear his name with Qatar in my zeitgeist.
I always hear the word cat in it because I'm a cat lady.
Qatar.
Yeah.
That's probably where the cats live.
I always felt like helium was a like a gateway drug to introducing children to huffing chemicals and aerosols.
Yeah.
Because it's like the first time you're like, what? You can just huff this chemical inside a balloon, and everyone thinks it's funny because your voice gets high. And then it's like, what else can I huff out of balloons?
I think helium could be the gateway drug that people try to say marijuana is. Because everybody I see get effed up on heroin when they were kids became a junkie as an adult for a little while. Everybody I seen like hit the helium balloon and they were like, whoop. I'm like, that person had a habit. Not on helium.
Is kids that spin around in circles if that becomes like one of their favorite pastimes, it indicates like a propensity to seek alternate states of consciousness.
Really?
Thomas,
That
what's the
and then also
science of that
hyperventilation.
helium voice? How does the helium do that to our voices?
It's so cold. The reason why we use it industrially is because it's so cold. So when you inhale it, it freezes your vocal cords. So when you try and talk, your vocal cords don't vibrate as much, or they do at a higher frequency.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So even if a balloon is hanging out there for like 12 hours in room temperature, it still stays cold?
Yeah. I mean, it's colder
Wow.
than the surrounding air.
Okay. And it doesn't change
I've been
temp.
my whole life never, ever, ever knowing that. Thank you.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I'm kind of an expert on huffing things.
Huffington Post.
That was funny.
Duster. Who was that?
Everyone's
Philip
laughing
Seymour
and joking,
Hoffman?
but I literally have an ISI
Oh my gosh.
communicator at me at all times.
Whippets are a little different than a duster.
Dude,
I've tried a whippet
whippets,
once. I didn't like it.
I'll get on a soapbox, but like whippets and nitrous have been villainized to such an extent that if you go and back and look at the original discovery by Joseph Priestley in like the late 1700s and then early into the 1900s, rich people would go like they would have these traveling nitrous fairs where they would set up a little tent in your town, and like all the rich people would come and they would sit inside this tent and they would just huff nitrous for like 2 hours straight and get absolutely blasted on it. The difference was that they weren't sitting there huffing straight nitrous, and because usually when people get hurt, it's because they're offsetting the oxygen that's supposed to be making its way into their body, into their brain. If you're just taking a pure hit of nitrous, you didn't get any oxygen in that hit, and if you do that 3 or 4 times, you might as well have not be breathing oxygen for like a minute or two, so you can really hurt yourself. But if you just sit in a tent where it's filled with nitrous and oxygen and there's no chance that you're suffocating, then it's like people have been doing it literally for 3 centuries now without any of the weird side effects that we've been talking about because of the way that people are doing it.
What's the benefits of doing it that way?
Nitrous?
Doing it that way in a tent with oxygen.
Well, I mean, they were doing it for recreation, but the main benefit of nitrous is that it's a very non-invasive and non-toxic version of anesthesia, because all the other versions of anesthesia, like localized, you got to get Novocaine or like some other cane involved, and this was one version that operated completely differently.
Okay, just an idea off the top of the head.
Everyone do a hit of nitrous right now.
Somebody has a podcast where they have a big nitrous balloon and they tell like one news story at a time. They hit the nitrous balloon at the beginning and then they're like, Hillary Clinton was arrested today. Whatever. And then they'll laugh and drool, but it would be called Huffington Post. I think would be the best name of that podcast. It could just be 2.5 minutes long and it would just end in you laughing.
Doesn't your voice change into like a demon voice?
It gets lower, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like Layla. She has a big balloon.
Oh, yeah.
And she has it on her lap and she's like, hey, you guys, welcome to Huffington Post. This is Layla. She takes a boog with her and then she tells the news as she like...
The world goes like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Wop, 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 wop.
I remember when I was a kid, we had this one friend that was like a tag along kind of. We all like spontaneously decided we were going to drive to Vegas because I lived in California at that time. And so we were like doing a road trip to Vegas, and our friend Tom wanted to come, and we were like, he like came running down the stairs with his backpack packed, and we were like, no, you're not coming with us. Like, you're not invited. And he turned around and he looked so sad. He had his head down and he went walking back up the stairs, and we're like, everyone felt guilty. So we're like, okay, Tom, like you can come with us. Get in you're sitting bitch. And so he came with us to Vegas, and we got there. All he had in that backpack was just a giant tank of nitrous. Like there was no like toothbrush, there was no change of underwear, there was nothing. He had just packed up a bag of nitrous.
That's all he needed.
Like, I won't need anything else.
We used to be a proper country.
Everybody knew that guy. Everybody had that guy friend. Oh my gosh. I don't know what it was in the party days of like raves back when and that. But I would always, all the girls, if they were going to like, oh, there was a tank of laughing gas somewhere. Aw. That is so nice. You guys are so fast with it. Fast with it. Oh, thank you so much. Grateful for the early live today. Great convo with Anna Nicole Wordsmith.
I'm so glad you guys had an early enough one that I was actually gonna.
You are always gonna have the link to the show. It's forever that I change it when I do, but the last link was starting to glitch everything I was playing on it, and it was glitching me out every single episode. So it was good that I changed it anyway. So feel free to come and go as you damn well please. There are a couple questions to be part of the Secret Society of Good Guys, and usually Abbie asks these, but she's not here, and I feel like it's a little more off-putting when Abbie asks them because she seems like a lady that has herself together. But would you fuck your clone?
Maybe. I mean, I'm not like, that's a weird thing, right? Because I'm not gay, but I don't. Yeah, I would say possibly. Like that would be my first, like that would be my first, like homosexual autoerotic experience.
See, I wouldn't, just because I'm not attracted to a girl like me, but I would like to hang out with her and build something. Like I feel like, oh, she has a good work ethic. She's an honest chap. She'll show up. Not that I wouldn't know me, but I'm not into me. Like if in the gay world, like I'm a top and I'm not into a top. I don't want to be with another top.
But if we're all fans of etymology here, it would literally be homosexual, because homosexual means same sex, and you can't get more same than your clone.
Yeah.
Like your own self.
That's
a
real
very
homosexual.
Good, deep question. I've never even pondered this.
That's what we do here.
Yeah, we ask the weird questions.
What are the other ones I forgot?
Like, would it be premarital sex? Like, would it be a sin? I wonder.
Like, are you just allowed to have a pocket you that sits in the closet that you take out on Friday nights after you have some wine? And is it gay?
Yeah.
I don't think normal human, like, bodily function is like something to call like sin. But then it'll go into like the questions like, oh, so then what age do you think is like consensual? And what do you think is da? Because everybody it's like, so I don't know.
What if we had a pair of like actual twins on the show and asked them that question, and one of them was like, "Oh, I'd totally fuck my clone." Like, wouldn't that be awkward?
I feel like there's so many people that have tried that.
One of them's like, "Ew, gross," and the other one's like, "Yes," and it's like,
because people love bragging about having threesomes with twins, right? Like that seems like a fairly common like occurrence in this society. So.
What about that lady, the guy who married the twins, and they have like, a three-way relationship?
Twins.
Yeah,
pull them up.
Yeah,
that's like a good
guy
example.
That married the Abbie and what's her name, the two-headed.
Abbie and Brittany.
Oh my God!
You're allowed to say that conjoined twins. That's right. You're not allowed to say Siam anymore.
Oh,
you're not?
Sorry.
No, because Siam's not there. Because Vietnam was
so
a fake word to
offensive,
bring
they got
weapons
rid of
to
the
China,
country
but we're not allowed
just
to
to take
talk
away
about
the name.
This is, you can go into your granny's house and she has stuff that's from Siam.
Yeah, that was like such a weird one.
That is.
I don't know if this is true, but I've seen a bunch of times that they had to pay 2 individual tuitions to go to college.
Yeah.
But now that they have a job, they only get 1 paycheck.
Did you see the picture of Bill Clinton with the girl on his lap that looks like it's them because of the blur out that they do?
No.
I want to find it.
You know what's so funny? You say Bill Clinton, as soon as I open my phone, there's Bill Clinton on my screen. I just needed to say that. It's just weird coincidence.
That is weird. Oh my gosh. Somebody else did it too because when they were putting the block on it, they used 2 blocks on this person. And so now, because they were also blocking off the picture behind Bill Clinton, and I'm one of the people that helped spread this, you guys. So I am, because I'm a fucking asshole, and sometimes we troll a little. But this is so funny. Hold on.
Yes, Nikki, the stream is time travel.
So people might have been going around saying, "This is the Hensel twins."
Oh,
Oh my God. I mean,
Y'all.
mean,
It's horrible and funny. I mean, if you're a freak of the week, like how Thomas was saying, like elite people, like if you just have all the money, you might pay for a syringe of something. Like how often do you, if you're Bill and you may be married to someone little freaky,
if you
I
read
want the Hensel twins.
if you read Aleister Crowley's biographies, there was a certain point, I think, when he moved to Paris, that he had become so desensitized to everything because he'd done every drug. He'd been climbing mountains, orgies in the Great Pyramid, King's Chamber. He got to a point where he was writing in his diaries that he would actively seek out like malformed, disfigured prostitutes from like the the dirtiest slums that he could find, because it was the only thing that, like, something that was so like disformed is the only thing that he ever found attractive anymore, just because of the novelty of it. Not that there was like an aesthetic quality to it, but it was just like the only thing that he hadn't tried yet. He starts going after that to the point like that's when he realized, he was like, maybe there's an issue here, like I've caused the problem to where I've been desensitized.
There's that guy, he's on the last season of The White Lotus, and he's like a multimillionaire, and he moves to Thailand, and then he's like, oh, I'm like, I've done everything. I've done every drug, every sexual thing. I've had all the girls in the world, everything you can think of. And the thing that gets me off now is he puts on a wig and dresses up as a woman and hires a dude to hook up with him, and he hires a prostitute to sit in the corner of the room, and he gets so high on drugs that then he sits and stares the prostitute in the eye, so he has an Ouroboros experience of fucking himself.
That's literally Andrew Gillum, no?
I don't know.
The black guy from Florida.
I just know it's like, it was so pressed in my head of like, holy shit, like this guy goes into detail in this story, and it was just like, oh my gosh, like every day he just kept adding a little bit to his kink to get it all perfect. Like, whoa. And he was just like, I'm a normal straight guy from America that had too much money and now too much time, and I've done all the things, and here's where I'm at. And even his buddy who's hearing it is sitting across from him listening to it like, hey, man, how are you? And this is like, oh, okay. Like, welcome to Thailand. So.
One night in Bangkok.
Yeah, even the name Bangkok is like part of the simulation of like Anthony Weiner. Okay. Weiner goes to Bangkok.
Yeah. I wonder about the Thai in the Thailand too. Somehow it's tied us.
Yeah, and doesn't it also seem like if you go to Thailand, you might end up one of the people that gets hung when you die jerking off? Like David Carradine.
Carradine was?
I don't know. Where was David Carradine when he died?
The guy from INXS too, right?
His brother just died of hanging too, like hanging suicide. There was 2
Revenge of the Nerds guy. I didn't even know they were brothers until that day.
Yeah.
Carradine died.
One of the Revenge of the Nerds guys died from auto asphyxiation.
No, I think his was a suicide. But that the other one was.
Yeah, he was in Bangkok, Thailand. Shut up.
Wow. The tie around his neck.
Yeah, and who else did you say besides the Revenge of the Nerds brother?
What's
NXS
that
guy?
What's that guy? Are you guys talking about that guy that was on the news, not kind of the news, who wanted to give like free energy to everybody, but everyone's calling him out as a Freemason? What was his name? Starts with a J.
This is new to me.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Oh my God, hold on. Ay. Go ahead, continue. I will tell you guys in a second.
Michael Hutchinson died in Sydney, Australia, but he is a red
Down
scarf
under.
guy. Red scarf guy. He's one of the like where you get like Kate Spade. I think people say that.
Was I wrong about that? I thought
Chester.
the guy from NXS was also an autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah, he died. Well, they say suicide.
Well, they had different names for it depending on the
yeah,
decade.
he was strangled, but it was just in Sydney, Australia. I was seeing if he was in Thailand too, because I was like,
It's still an
Thailand.
underworld place, like the down under.
Have you guys? This is so off topic, but have you guys seen how on Dazed and Confused the old globe has the extra landmass outside of Australia? That everybody's like, there's another landmass outside of Australia. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up.
Joe
Dazed-
Fells. There you go.
And who is Joe Fells?
Joe Fells is this conspiracy theorist. He's made a huge channel about like finding artifacts in Costa Rica. He went to Costa Rica and is building like this free energy system and has so much electricity he doesn't even know what to do with it. He recently died. I don't know how he died, but he was with that black kid, I forgot his name, who made a free energy type machine. I don't know the name of it, but he went viral a little while ago. So they teamed up, but now people are like, yeah, everyone's calling him a Freemason and blah, 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 and making all these things up. But I believe he even brought up the, I guess, history about Freemasons and talking about them. And he says he doesn't know much about them. But even if he was a Freemason, who cares? Like, he was trying to do good work, apparently, that from what is shown. But I mean, not everyone knows anyone online. So he was a very interesting character. Yeah, just check him out. I'm pretty sure you guys seen him on your feed here and there many times talking about all these ancient artifacts and books and free energy and all the talks.
See this landmass
Yeah.
on Dazed and Confused, and everyone's like, "What? Is this from a different timeline? Is this a Mandela effect? Why is the Dazed and Confused globe like this?"
Yeah. And was it that based in Austin too?
I think so. It's probably the movie that got everyone to move to Austin.
Yeah.
If you look in at a zoomed in version of that, I believe it's a legend.
A legend on the map or
Yeah.
on the globe. Why would they have made it land shaped?
Oh, really? That's kind of weird. Like, you don't see globes anymore. Do you remember, like, when I was growing up, those were like a staple in kind of households or classrooms. And I feel like we never see them anymore.
Because the Earth is not a globe.
Yep. I'm so happy about that.
No, I always had globes in my house, and I would like to go to old estate sales and find the oldest globes I could, like ones that still said Siam, ones that still said, like countries that didn't necessarily exist anymore. But people used to say that if you tore off old globes, the sticker at the top, that they would be the four rivers crossing Rupes Negro.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but I remember that was one of the old YouTube videos, like where you found the guy making his own homunculus. That was like one of the old YouTube videos that you would also find. Huh, that's curious. I'll have to look into it. I will have to look into it. The flags get me. What else? Is anything else going on in the week? You guys gonna go and party up your Friday nights?
Yeah, for a little bit, because I'm not feeling too well. Kidney.
Oh no.
Annoying.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's been like shit in Florida. We've had like a weird system over us, and usually I go to the beach like once a week, but it has not been privy to that. It's been like a cap of humidity on us here, like a little
Rain.
swamp ski.
I feel like it might be for the better though, because otherwise, and this, I'm not a climatologist or what, a meteorologist, but like, it's better to get frequent storms and like rain and lightning on like a constant basis, because if you don't get it for a long time, it almost feels like it's like penting it all up, and that's when you get a freaking hurricane.
Oh, that's the other thing going on. Did you guys see the Spokane fires? In Spokane, Washington, they were like all up north, where they were saying like the whole entire Pacific Northwest was like orange skied. And they're saying it's an arsonist, and people are comparing it a lot to what was that fire in Southern California where it would like
The Paradise Fires.
the house. Are you out? Bye, Layla. Bye.
Love you guys. Thanks for
Bye.
hanging out,
So
Anna.
gossip
So nice
girl.
to meet
Thanks for
you.
having me. It was really
Yeah,
good meeting you.
anytime. You're welcome anytime. Bye, guys.
Bye. I guess Layla won't hear the next question. But here is another secret society. This is like off track, but this is how. Have you ever done or seen anyone light their fart on fire?
I feel like I must have. I think so. Like when I was probably like 13.
It's like a rite of passage, right?
Yeah.
Do you
mean,
remember any outcome of it?
No, I don't remember. Like, there was no injury or damage or like destruction, I guess. But I do think I have seen people light their farts on fire.
I feel like there's one more question of SSGG initiation, but I can't remember what it is. Maybe. Oh, would you be beaten, fucked in, or both?
What?
If you
You're
were
not
joining.
supposed to offer the third one. Someone needs to proactively
Oh yeah,
say that
fair
one, but
enough.
whatever.
See, this is why I'm not supposed to be the one that.
Yeah,
do
it's
this.
like gang rules. Do you get beaten? Yeah, do you get jumped in or sexed in?
If I have to join a gang, those are my only two choices.
Yeah.
I think for me, I would do the beating.
You get more respect that way.
Yeah.
Some people pick both. Those people are like, I don't know, is my clone helping out on this?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we initiated somebody new to the Secret Society of Good Guys. So we
An
did
honor.
fairly have to ask the questions. And they probably would have been better if Abbie was here to do it. She would have had her notebook. And she would have asked them in proper.
Those were great questions. I wasn't prepared for
Thank
any.
you. Yeah. Thanks for taking them so seriously.
Yeah.
Thomas, what time are you getting to the event, and what time's all that shit starting tomorrow?
Well, I'll be there early, but it's going to start at noon tomorrow. And I think it's going to probably last until like 7 or 8. Who knows? It's hard. Once it starts going, I'm sure they have a schedule, but there's a lot of super Chad, alpha brain, alpha males, and comedians and podcasters with lots of things to say. So it could just run on and on and on. We'll see. I hope it does. I'm excited about it.
I'm excited about it. I think it'll be real fun. And do you want to chit chat or go over anything crazy before you fly out, or what's your brain into right now?
I've just been, my brain's kind of foggy. I think I told you I just started like this 30-day antibiotic regimen. But yeah, I've just been like, I don't know, whatever came out. I do think in terms of double speak, like I think there's something weird about fries being offered with every meal and ketchup being like a phonetically like catch up, catching up. Like I feel like there's a deeper riddle to the fries and the ketchup.
I like this about your brain. I like that. And I like that everything you're like, I'm just putting this because I know you're like adding other stuff to it for whatever reason. You're like, I've noticed this somewhere. That's kind of how my own works, where I'm like, not necessarily down the same 33 or, same. I'm like, other people are on that symbol. Let me look at the other stuff they're up to.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it.
I generally just put it out. Just if it's something I can like quote and do for the day. Here's my little weird map of my mind and the connections it makes.
Yeah, this was a fun one. If you want to hear some more deep dives, This is where Anna Nicole Wordsmith came on a Cartoon Cabal, which is our sister show to Occult Disney, and explained how the cartoons in Cool World were basically Nephilim.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
And are you on with Thomas every all the sync tanks or a lot of them?
Just here and there. I don't know that it's a like weekly appearance.
I don't even know if Sync Tank's necessarily a weekly thing.
Yeah.
at this point.
If people
I don't
can
know.
get it together.
I don't know. I'm just scrolling through it fast because I feel like my audience is big, huge nerds. So if you don't already follow, but I like this stuff. I even like the Hollywood of it all. I feel like they do this weird thing, like everybody's teeth falls out in their dreams.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, I don't know. And sometimes you put stuff on the timeline that I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I have a whole new filter of seeing things, like even how you were like, oh, that's like Donut's 128 code, where I'm like, oh my gosh, it is. I'm gonna be geeking out about it. So you guys have anything else to plug this week, or anything that people can go and check
if
out?
I got any left over, I've got 2 new play sets. One of them I've got assembled. I don't know if I'm going to get to the other one, but whatever ones are left over from the Bro Grove, this is my Bigfoot podcast play set. I'm trying to get some good lighting on it, but
that's a cute one.
all handmade, hand assembled. Only 40 I'm ever going to make of any of these play sets. So this is like number 4. So we'll see how many of them move at the convention, and then I'll put the rest on the website. So I'm going to have those. I've also got a psychedelic Santa Claus one, which has got Santa Claus eating reindeer pee and tripping out, which is also another one of the play sets.
Awesome. So you guys, you can go over to paranoidamerican.com. He always has fun stuff that you can actually maybe buy for your friends for a little present. It's Donut's birthday, so maybe you can buy Donut. Make sure you do go over to Donut's channel and wish him a happy birthday, and you can
Today's his birthday?
get him a little gift. It's like one of those internet things that it's always Donut's birthday.
Oh.
It's like if you ever go on anything that's MMA, somebody will put RIP Joe Rogan in the chat, like somewhere while people are talking RIP Brian Callen. And so it's just like one of those things that I've realized on podcasts is like someone will write happy birthday Donut in the chat. And I used to always be like, oh, Donut, it's your birthday. And then I'm like, I don't think it's Donut's birthday. Look at happy birthday Donut.
Yeah, now I have to ask him what his birthday is.
So anyways, if you guys want, he's probably still on. He's probably talking about blood baptisms and probably 128 code with everything coming up with the Perseid meteor shower. And thank you so much for coming to hang out with us early. And it'll be more organized next time, but you're always invited. And if you ever have anything geeky or like a rabbit hole started that you're like, I don't have everything with this yet, but this is the place. Like we're not trying to be smart or debate anything here. We're like all willing to go on the journey with you of like, Thomas, you might take adrenochrome. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll get a stream taken down, so I don't know if I want to live stream it, but I'll definitely do it.
I know. We'll have to. Yeah, you'll keep us posted when you get it. Maybe we'll show everyone.
I like the idea of getting like an old like mini DV like handheld camera. If I don't have one anymore, but like if I could get like an old mini DV and just record like, it's right now it's August 12th, 2026, 5:05 p.m. I'm administering the first 1 milligram of adrenochrome sublingually. Let's see what happens, guys.
They're gonna be like the Brian Johnson of the adrenochrome.
I feel like it's going to be more like a found footage kind of thing, like a paranormal activity than a fun, transhumanist DMT experience from a rich guy.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna break the internet because people are gonna like, will you get the automatic shun? But is it any harder than being a Mason?
Yeah.
Or people
or military or
it.
Disney or fill in the blank Northrop Grumman. How about any of
It's
those?
like you couldn't get more evil. You might as well just take the adrenochrome, huh?
I know, that's why it just seems like the end of the book.
But also, let me just put this out there. I don't know if anyone on record has ever in the history of humanity done both adrenochrome and salvia at the same time, and especially not also nitrous. So who knows? Like that, like I could be the first. I could be like actually starting a whole
World
new trend.
records.
I gotta name it. Like who's the first person that candy flipped, right?
Yeah.
Like I gotta come up with a name of doing salvia and adrenochrome at the same time.
So scary. I'm such like nothing about it to me. And it's just the psychedelic of it all. Like especially if it's synthetically derived, like, and I don't have to think of any kind of moral repercussion of it. It's just like, because I get so spiritual with my psychedelics, I have no calling to go. It just feels like it would be in it like, okay, you're going to bungee jump tomorrow. And I'm like, I'm not mentally prepared to bungee jump.
You know, honestly, that's a fun part of it too, because if you're talking about like DMT or salvia or like mushrooms, you get a whole like group of people that it's like, what? You're not going to go with a shaman guide? You're not going to go to Colombia where you're supposed to do this? Like only in this certain area, and you have to purge yourself. Like you can't do that with adrenochrome. Adrenochrome just comes out of an adrenal gland. There is no shamanistic like higher authority or set dogma that you have to apply in order. Like if I was to tell someone like, oh, I'm going to just like do a hit of like 80x elephant killer salvia, there's a lot of people to be like, huh, you're not going to take the 1x leaves and just like soak them in your mouth and chew on them like a true Oaxacan shaman would have done. That's disgusting, you know? Like you can't do that with yeah. All right. Everyone's invited, bro. And honestly, if it turns out okay and I don't die, then I'll see if I can set up like a supply chain or at least link. I'm gonna get like an affiliate code set up with the supplier that I think is in I think they're based in the Cayman Islands. That's why they're able to do this.
I know I kind of am a little with Riggs, or I'm like, what about if your eye teeth grow all of a sudden? And like, oh my God.
You guys are so late. If you would have known the things that I was doing at like 13 through like 18, this is
What about if you come back
nothing.
and you're like, holy shit, I saw Hillary.
Well,
Like, you're like, I hung out with the elite. Like, holy shit.
I come back and I'm like, guys, I've decided to adopt.
A kid from Kenya, a dark kid from Kenya with melanin. And we're like, what? We're like, oh my goodness. But
Tunisia, you know, modern day Carthage. It's probably where I would go for it.
so you guys didn't even expect that, and you got that today. So we love you so much. Thank you for coming to hang out with us as always. If you are in Central Florida, go to Bro Grove and say hi to Thomas, and go wish Donut happy birthday. XOXO Gossip Girl. Bye bye.
Can you save us, Britney Spears? Can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunnilinguist good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, making it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys. The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunnilinguist good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, making it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.